Hello, everyone. How is it going out there? Hope you're doing well. Let me know that the live is working okay. If you're here live, that you can hear me and see me just fine. I was just having a couple of technical issues, so just let me know, you guys, in the comments that everything is good. And I'm just going to take a sip of my water. One sec. Okay. How's it going out there, everyone? Happy Monday. Happy belated not Mercury, oh my God, Mars Cazimi. I hope you've all had a nice weekend out there and awesome. You guys are saying, yes, you can hear me. Yay, that makes me happy to hear. There was something funky going on with my sound and my lights, so I'm happy that it is working all good. So yeah, I just wanted to hop on here today and do a live video specifically talking about this Mars Cazimi that we've had over the weekend that I think is a really, really big deal. And I know that I've talked about it on some of the Beyond Mystic shows in the past week, but I think it's important here on my own channel to make a video just all about it because it is a really big deal. So let me know, you guys, in the live chat, or if you're watching the replay, in the comments below, how you were feeling this past weekend. So the day of the Cazimi was November 18th, the exact day. And yesterday, from when I'm filming this, November 19th, and even how you're doing today. Because yeah, Mars is the planet of energy and drive and passion and assertion and is in one of his home signs of Scorpio. Mars rules Scorpio and Aries. And I could not sleep last night, which is very unusual for me. Usually I'm a really good sleeper, really heavy sleeper. I could not get to sleep. So that was very odd. I am a Scorpio, and this Mars Cazimi is happening in the sign of Scorpio, so that might have something to do with it. We're going to talk all about it. Hey, Tim. Tim says, very intense. Yeah, it feels kind of intense. It feels like quite an intense energy right now, for sure. And Golden Goddess, hello. You said felt major surges of energy, also not sleeping. Yeah, I'm definitely having the same thing for sure. So it is an intense energy right now. And Rebecca, hi, Rebecca says, yes, deep, intense days happening. Yes, that's for sure. And let me know if any of you guys out there are a Scorpio or an Aries, because those signs are going to be affected by this Cazimi the most. Or if you have anything at Scorpio 25 degrees in your birth chart that you're aware of, or within 5 degrees either side. So like from 20 degrees Scorpio all the way to, I would even say like 1 or 2 degrees Sagittarius. If you have any placements within those degrees, so from like 20 degrees Scorpio to 1 or 2 degrees Sagittarius, you're going to be feeling this Cazimi very strong, and we're going to talk all about it in a minute. Lindy says, not sleeping the past few nights and like a dread energy, not nice. Yeah, there is a little bit of a dread energy going on. I totally resonate with you, Lindy. And MW1111 says, held a lot of anger today, purging old patterns, glad the energy has shifted. That's amazing. I'm very happy to hear you're purging old patterns. That is awesome. And wow, so some of you guys have placements right within the range of that Cazimi. Rebecca, 24 degrees Scorpio. So wow, you're going to be really influenced by this, not just right now, but for the next 2 years. This is why I wanted to make a video about this today, because it is a really big deal. And I feel like not enough people are talking about it in the astrology community, but also in general, it is a really, really big deal. So, what is a Mars Cazimi? I'm going to share the chart in just a minute, but some of you may be hearing that word Cazimi and thinking like, what the hell is a Cazimi? What does that even mean, right? So a Cazimi in astrology is when there is an exact conjunction between the sun and another planet. And Cazimi is an Arabic word that means in the heart of the sun. So when a planet is completely conjunct the sun, and it's considered to be a very sacred and auspicious thing in astrology when we have a planet conjunct the sun. This only happens with Mars. We only have Mars Cazimis, or AKA Sun Mars conjunctions, every 2.2 years. So this is not a very frequent occurrence. It is not something that happens every year. It happens every 2.2 years. We have Sun Mercury Cazimis a few times a year. We have Venus Cazimis once every 9 months. But a Mars Cazimi is only every 2.2 years. I see Tim here asks, how does it differ from a combust? That is a really, really good question, Tim. So combust is a term in astrology that we use when a planet is within 10 degrees of the sun's sign and degree. So it's different. A Cazimi is different from combust because a Cazimi is when there's an exact conjunction with a planet and the sun. And I'll just bring up the exact chart of the Cazimi just to show you guys what I'm talking about here. So yeah, this is the chart for November 18th, when we have the exact moment of the Cazimi precisely. And we can see in the astrology chart, the sun and Mars exactly conjunct at 25 degrees of Scorpio. Now, Mercury in Sagittarius 11 degrees is more than 10 degrees from the sun in 25 degrees Scorpio. So that Mercury is not combust. But let's just play pretend that we had Mercury at 5 degrees of Sagittarius, right? Then it would be combust. And what combust means is when a planet is 10 degrees within the sun, its energy is kind of, what is a combustion? It's like an explosion. It's like a spontaneous human combustion where we can be feeling that planet's influence a lot stronger, like, whoa. And it can even be, so for example, if we have Mercury combust the sun, we may be overthinking in our heads because Mercury rules thinking. We may be speaking a lot or too fast because Mercury is communication. We can be having maybe some issues with technological devices or our cars. Those are some of the things that Mercury rules in astrology. But Mars Cazimi, this is a lot more special because it only happens every 2.2 years. So Mars's zodiac revolution is, longer than Venus's and Mercury's. So this is an intense rebirth and new influence for us, for the whole collective, for the next 2 years, okay? Now, I want to pause on what I'm going to say for the collective for a second. And this video is going to go on. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but at some point, I'm going to do a reading for each of the signs, mini reading for each of the signs for this Cazimi. And I also want you guys to check if you'd like to, and I'm seeing some of you guys do it in the comments, if you have anything between 20 degrees Scorpio and like 1 degree of Sagittarius, because if so, those placements in your birth chart are being activated for the whole next 2 years, very, very highlighted by this Mars Cazimi at 25 degrees of Scorpio. So you're going to hear me saying that over and over again because it is a really big deal. So I want to talk about, before I share the chart of this specific Cazimi and getting into what is the influence for all of us as a collective for the next 2 years and each of our signs, I want to just do a little recap, a little rewind of what was the last 2 Mars Cazimis. Okay. And this is probably going to trip you guys out if you aren't aware of this. So let's backtrack. Over 4 years ago, we had a Mars Cazimi, a Sun Mars conjunction in the sign of Virgo. Okay. And this was right before I don't know if I can say this word on YouTube. It's so annoying. We have to be careful with our words on YouTube. I'll just say this Cazimi happened right before the whole situation of 2020. Okay, I'll just put it that way. And in the sign of Virgo rules our health and the medical system and illness and sickness and mental health. And what did we see in, yes, thank you, MW1111. You got it. Thank you, girlfriend. Yeah, you guys can say the words in there in the live chat, but I have to be careful on YouTube with some of these words. So yeah, when the pandemic happened, it was 2020 and 2021. We had a huge influence of Virgo because the medical system went through a huge shift. A lot of people getting sick, but not from what the mainstream was saying. You guys get what I'm saying. So that Cazimi was in Virgo, all about health. Then in 2022, I believe, or the end of 2021, having a brain fart, the most previous Mars Cazimi was in the sign of Libra. And Libra rules relationships and others and diplomacy and justice and the relationships between countries. And after we had the last Mars Cazimi in Libra, we started to have the issue in Ukraine and most recently the issue in the Middle East. And there's been a lot of changes. We had the BRICS really come to the forefront. Those countries that are starting a new gold-backed system. We're having a lot of new alliances, Libra, start within countries. This Mars Cazimi that we're having now, that we just had exact on November 18th, 25 degrees of Scorpio, is different. Okay, this is a lot different. And thank you so much, Rebecca, for your lovely comment. Thank you for doing this. You're so awesome, the best. Thank you so much. Love you guys. This Mars Cazimi is not a normal one because it is happening in one of Mars's home signs. Okay, so Mars is at his most powerful position, and Mars is a very strong influence for the next 2 years. Okay, so Mars is the ruler of Scorpio and of Aries. Okay, so what does this Cazimi in Scorpio mean for us for the next 2 years? Well, firstly, and I'd like you guys, if any of you guys want to take a guess in the comments, you can, even if you don't know a whole lot about astrology, just if you feel like for fun, putting a comment of what do you feel when you see that chart with the Cazimi there? Is there any visions that you're getting? Is there any feelings that you're getting about it? Because this is really, really freaking intense. So as I said, Mars is at home in Scorpio, and this is at an Aries degree. 25 degrees in astrology is an Aries degree ruled by Mars. Scorpio, Aries, both ruled by Mars. So this is not a normal Cazimi. This is an extremely powerful one that is setting a tone for the whole next 2 years. It is setting an influence over the whole next 2 years. Everything that Scorpio rules in astrology, everything, will be very highlighted in the collective and for all of us personally as well, depending on where it's activating in the chart. And I'm going to go over the 12 signs in a little bit. So we're looking at secrets being revealed en masse, even more so than what has already been going on. Regarding our power structures and leaders, because Scorpio rules secrets, hidden knowledge, the hidden side of life. Also secrets of our history and occult knowledge that has been hidden, definitely coming out over the next 2 years, for sure. And Murray, want to share some of the comments you guys are saying. Murray G says explosion. Yes, Tim says war messages for sure. Rebecca, all of the dark will come to light. Yes, I love that. And Nikki says, yes, government corruption being opened up. For sure, for sure, for sure. So Scorpio's secrets, things being revealed, the hidden side of life. Scorpio also rules the shadow side of life, the dark side, the dark arts. But Scorpio is also cleansing and purging of toxicity. So this is the shadow side of life being cleansed and purged big time. Okay, very, very big time. Scorpio also rules hidden money and the financial markets. Specifically, Scorpio is, Scorpio and Taurus opposite signs are the financial axis. And Taurus is the money we make for ourselves, our income, kind of like day-to-day how we make our money and our physical resources, whereas Scorpio is hidden money. It's investments, the investment market, cryptocurrency, taxes, inheritances, random money coming out of nowhere, merging our resources with others as well. So we're going to see the investment market really, really highlighted, and people putting a lot of energy, because Mars rules energy, where we're putting our energy into that. Okay, so that's going to be really interesting. And Scorpio also rules sex, pregnancy, birthing, and death. Okay, so we're going to see, and just going to be honest with you guys here, because if I zoom out, this Mars Cazimi is in an opposition to Uranus at 20 degrees Taurus, the opposite sign to Scorpio. So Scorpio rules birthing, pregnancy, fertility, right? Opposite to Uranus, which Uranus is technology and experiments and experimentation. And an opposition is not really a positive aspect in astrology. It's a tense aspect. So I think over the next 2 years, part of this Cazimi influence is, because it's highlighting birthing, fertility, all that, but opposite to Uranus, technology and experiments, it's probably going to come really out to the forefront, any kind of experiments that have been done behind the scenes regarding, maybe even cloning or experimentation of how to get people pregnant, how to do artificial wombs. That could also try to be pushed in the mainstream really strongly, but it's an opposition. So it's not a powerful aspect. It's not in a positive influence. So it's not something that I think is going to work in the long term. It's something that is going to be not successful, if that makes sense. So it's either going to be the powers that be, the dark arts people, trying to roll out more artificial wombs, artificial birthing, or it could be the revealing of what's been going on behind the scenes regarding birthing and fertility, cloning experiments. So, some of those things I just mentioned, guys, is really intense areas of life, right? Scorpio is intensity. And thank you, Trixie, so much for your lovely comment. I love sharing this information with you guys. Yeah, Scorpio is intensity. So we're looking at, I'm just going to be honest with you guys, because this is going to have an influence until the whole next Mars Cazimi, which will be in Sagittarius. Yay, lucky and positive sign. But this is going to be an intense next 2 years of really big cleansing, purging, dark side of life being revealed, which I know a lot of us out there are like, okay, Meg, this is not what I want to hear. We've already been going through this, and I totally understand that. But you guys, I'm calling this the final battle. I'm calling this transit the final battle against the dark arts forces in elite positions, because there's no going back from this. We're right on the precipice of entering the age of Aquarius. We've got Pluto about to be entering Aquarius soon. This Cazimi is going to help us to really purge the darkness that has still got a hold on humanity. What actually Spirit wants me to say even right now is the dark attachments to people our brothers and sisters that are not awake yet to what's going on as well. It's a huge cleansing and purging, okay? But it's also, because Mars is the planet that rules drive and assertion and passion, wherever this is activating in our charts, and I'm going to go through all 12 of the signs, and we're going to do a mini reading for all of us. It's an area where we can have big breakthroughs, okay? This is also a big breakthrough transit, where whatever area of life this is highlighting, we're going through a breakthrough. We're going through, Scorpio is also empowerment, being empowered in that area of life. So yeah, Murray G is saying we can handle this. And I love that you just said that. We can 100% handle this. And I believe that we were born for these times, right? And there's prophecies that say that those of us that are alive right now are some of the strongest souls that have ever walked the earth to be able to handle these times. So 100% Murray G, I'm with you. We can handle this. I think we were born for this. And I promise you guys, when we get into middle to end of 2025 and 2026, the astrology gets a lot lighter, okay? We're still in an intense phase. I'm not going to lie with you guys about that. So yeah, is there anything else that I want to say? Oh yeah, like I said, mentioned briefly, this Cazimi is opposite to Uranus, which is the planet that rules Aquarius and the age of Aquarius. So this is like we're being pushed, and it can feel uncomfortable because it's an opposition. We're being pushed into the Aquarian age by this Cazimi very strongly. We're being pushed past our old belief systems that don't serve us, because Uranus is going past the conventions. And this is also where time can maybe start to feel like it's moving faster as well. So I think my most favorite aspect going on in the chart for this Cazimi is not just the Cazimi itself, but that this Cazimi is in an almost exact trine, which is a very positive aspect, to the planet Neptune. Beautiful trine between Neptune and this Cazimi. And Neptune is the planet in astrology that rules spirituality. And interesting that Mars is in his home sign of Scorpio. Neptune is in his home sign of Pisces. So these are two planets in their strongest positions in a trine. Positive aspects, supportive. Neptune is supporting us with this. So this isn't like it's the end of the world and it's all going to fall apart. You know, if the chart was a little different with this Cazimi, I'd be saying, oh my God, this might actually be the end of the world. But we've got Neptune, divine intervention, our spirit guides, our ancestors, the other side, the spirit world, the star people supporting us big time, going through this next 2-year period. So I'm really happy to see that aspect in there. Rebecca, you're saying it would be so nice to have this as the last war. Humanity needs the truth and some healing. Godspeed, everyone. I do think that this is the last war, and that's a very poignant comment. Thank you for that, Rebecca. And Tim says, we are the Atlanteans and Lemurians reborn. 110%. I agree with that. Definitely. So yeah, we want to look at where we have Scorpio 25 degrees in our chart, because this area, like I said, is going to be activated by this conjunction for the whole next 2 years. That area of life is activated with more passion, drive, transformation, and moving ahead of obstacles in that area. So really, really powerful stuff. So I'm going to go through all 12 signs. And because I can't see everybody's personal chart right now as I'm doing this video, but if you have your birth chart, you can look up your astrology chart for free online. Just type in online birth chart and see if you have it. Any of you guys have anything right at Scorpio 25 degrees, okay? Any planetary placements, but also going to give you guys an astrological secret. Also, if your rising is 25 degrees Scorpio or your midheaven, those are two very important points as well. Okay. So whatever, any planet that's within 20 degrees of Scorpio to like 1 degree of Sag is in the orb of influence for sure. So it's going to be really, really powerful. So I'll give you guys an example. I'm born in the year 1992. I'm a 90s baby, and I was born October 30th, 1992. Actually, let me see if I can bring this up. Bear with me for 1 sec, you guys. Because I know a lot of us out there, a lot of us like-minded soul family are like very visual learners. I'm like a very visual learner. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring up my chart to show you guys as an example. Okay. But bear with me 1 sec, you guys, because I just got to put it on my slide deck. Okay. You guys are going to see my astrology chart now. Okay, so I'm going to put that on there and put it in my slides here. Okay. So this is my birth chart. Okay. And in my birth chart, okay, so we'll just do it. I'll do it an example this way. So in my birth chart, what just happened? Oops, sorry, you guys. Okay, in my birth chart, there's the symbol for Scorpio, that M with the arrow. So we're looking for, if we have anything in our chart, Scorpio 25 degrees, right? So in my chart, excuse me, I don't have anything exactly Scorpio 25 degrees, but look, my Pluto, that's Pluto, Scorpio 22 degrees. So that's only 3 degrees off. So I'm one of those people that I'm getting really activated by that Cazimi for the whole next 2 years, the influence of it, but also it's activating the Pluto in my chart, which is the ruler of Scorpio. And Pluto is about transformation, rebirth, empowerment, cleansing, hidden money. So everything that Pluto represents, I'm going to be very, very influenced by for the whole next 2 years. Just as an example, I've also got a couple asteroids activated by that Cazimi. So just look, you guys, to see where you have Scorpio. And also my Mercury, 1 degree of Sagittarius, is within that influence. So also my Mercury is getting activated because it's only 6 degrees off of 25 degrees Scorpio. So, if you have your Mercury being activated, then that's our friends, our siblings are highlighted, as well as our local community, learning, short distance travel, all those Mercury kind of things. So I hope that makes sense, you guys. And I always love to give little examples there because I think it really helps us. And before I go into the sign by sign readings for everyone for this Cazimi, want to share one more important note that I did share this I was on the War Correspondent show with Jean-Claude and Janine on the Beyond Mystic Rumble, I think last Thursday, and I talked about this, but I also want to share this in here for anyone that may not have heard me in that show. This is the chart of the European Union. Okay, so this is another example, you guys. Okay, so the European Union was put out to the public. It basically started in the public domain November 1st, 1993, 12 a.m. And the headquarters of the European Union is Brussels, Belgium. So why the heck am I bringing this up right now in regards to this Cazimi? Because look, in the 4th house of the European Union's chart, which is not a chart for the specific country, I want to be clear. Every country has, thank you, Tim, for the comment. Every country has their own chart, but everything in life has a chart. So every organization has a chart. The European Union has a chart, which is then a influence over all of the countries within the European Union and the European Union itself. So when we look at this chart, holy Toledo, the European Union has Sun, Mercury, Mars, Pluto, so a stellium, more than 3 things, all in Scorpio, and the Mars-Pluto exact conjunction in Scorpio, that's really freaking intense, in the European Union's chart is only 1 degree off of the Cazimi, 25 degrees of Scorpio. So I'm making a prediction that the European Union, because this is very, very intense, to have a Mars-Pluto exact conjunction in Scorpio, the European Union is going to go through a total transformation. The European Union, I think, might fall, okay, and go through a death, and then Europe will go through a rebirth. And when I say that, I don't mean that Europe is going to fall and everybody's going to die. What I'm referring to is the European Union as we know it is going to fall, crash, burn. We know that it was started from, dark arts forces. So it's good that it crashes and burns, for those of you that might be aware of the history of the European Union. So that's going to have a big influence over Europe and the countries within the European Union. It's going to be possibly more intense in Europe over the next 2 years than some of the other countries. Now, I want to be clear. I haven't looked at every single country's chart in regards to this conjunction. I've looked at the European Union. I've looked at Canada. I've looked at the United States. I've looked at some top players leadership-wise, and this to me stands out the most, okay? What also really stands out is that, and this is also Europe being exposed, the Vatican being exposed. It's good for Europe. I don't want to freak any, I am in Europe right now. Just want to be clear. I don't want to freak any Europeans out there. It's just going to be really powerful cleansing, purging going on in Europe. And also, we've got Uranus at, I believe Uranus is at 22 degrees of Taurus right now. So the moon of the European Union is 24 degrees Taurus. So that opposition between the Mars, here, I'll show you guys in the chart, in the Cazimi chart, how there's that opposition, 20 degrees. My apologies, you guys. Uranus is at 20 degrees of Taurus, opposite the Cazimi, 25 degrees of Scorpio. Europe's moon, which represents the people and the emotional state, in Taurus, the money system, the food supply, things of physical value, conjunct Uranus opposite the Cazimi. So this is really powerful, unexpected events. I think the CBDC's trying to be pushed in Europe first, but it's an opposition. It's not powerful. It's not going to work out as well as the dark arts people want it to. There's going to be a lot of Uranian, Aquarian pushback from the European people, for sure, for sure, for sure. So, yeah, this is really powerful stuff. Europe is going to go through a huge battle of sovereignty and financial freedom, among other things, over the next 2 years. So, yeah, just wanted to share that with you guys. And I am not a financial advisor or anything, but if I were to live in Europe, which I am living in Europe at the moment, I'm being very mindful of finances, where I have physical resources, because I know as an astrologer looking at these charts, the European financial system is going to go through a lot of uncertainty. It's going to be just intense, to say the least. So let me know what you think about that, you guys, in the comments. But overall, I think it's really positive for Europe, because we need this. Because Europe is one of those places where there's so much of the dark art stuff being seeded, right? So it really needs to go through that cleansing, for sure. So let me know what you guys think about that. And before we go into sign by sign, we're going to do mini readings, each of the signs. For this Cazimi, I want to do more of a collective reading for all of us first. What is the message from Spirit, from our guides, from all that supports us for our highest good, our ancestors, our star family, our higher selves? What's our message, Spirit, that you would like us to know about this Cazimi? For the collective, what do we need to be aware of? I'm going to pull some cards from a few of my decks here. Let's see. Wow. Oh my God, that's so cool. Okay, so the first card we got from my starseed oracle is Star Ancestors. Hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. I keep seeing the Vatican. I'm going to say that again. I keep getting the Vatican, things coming out that the Vatican is hiding. And it's crazy when you pull the cards, you guys. I love pulling cards because it's so right on. Hidden secrets being revealed, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. So, okay, this is affirming. The first card is affirming a lot is going to be revealed about the truth of our history, about lost wisdom, the star ancestors, the star people. Wow, that's so cool that that's the first card. What else have we got here? Ooh, Venus, the beautiful planet of abundance and the enjoyments of life. So this is a really positive card, actually, in terms of this Cazimi. It's going to bring more beauty, more enjoyment of life, more creativity, more abundance. So that's exciting. And remember, you guys, Scorpio rules hidden money, investing, taxes, inheritances, investing, people investing in us investing in things that we may not normally invest in, because it's opposite to Uranus. The transits card, climate and change. So it's a really big shift that this Cazimi is bringing. Let me see, what else should I pull from? I have so many cards here, you guys. Let me do a couple more. What else do we need to know, Spirit, about this Cazimi? Wow. Okay. We've got, judgment. You just can't make this stuff up, you guys, which I think can be very scorpionic in its own way, like things being revealed, judgment, in terms of when things are revealed, we can see who is really, who people really are in their energy, what institutions really are in their energy. So there's a judgment. So I'm hearing, be careful what you put your energy towards. Okay, I'm hearing Spirit say a message right now with this Cazimi as an influence for the next 2 years, because Mars is in such a strong vibration being in Scorpio, a home sign. We have to be even more mindful of what we're putting our energy towards, because Mars rules energy, because it can literally instantly manifest. So just being mindful of that. But if we do put our energy in positive places, we can manifest really amazing things and have success. So that looks good. That's some powerful cards. And I'm going to pull one more card for the collective from my archetype cards. I love these cards. Storyteller, the storyteller archetype. That's interesting. So like stories from our past being revealed, coming forward. I'm also feeling like this is a time that we're about to live through over the next 2 years. And I think what we've already been living through is like this, but we'll be able to story tell about this. It's going to seem like a story at times. It's going to seem like a movie. There's a light energy in these cards. So I want to be clear. This isn't bad. This Mars Cazimi isn't bad just because it's in Scorpio. It's intense, but it's not bad. And lastly, I'm going to pull some astro dice for the collective for this Cazimi. What do the astro dice want to let us know, Spirit? What's our astro dice message? Whoa. Interesting. We've got Mars, and it's a Mars Cazimi in the 10th house in Taurus. That's interesting because that's the opposite sign of Scorpio. So the 10th house in astrology deals with politics and governments and positions of power and authority and business people, high level success in business. And so this Mars Cazimi is really cleansing out the political system, the government system, the business people, and of course, the financial system. That's the opposite sign of Scorpio. So pretty clear. Yeah, that's amazing. I love pulling cards because it's always really in alignment with what's going on in the astrology. So I love that. Hi, Chris. Nice to see you here. So nice to see all you guys in here. Love spending time with you in the live. So what we're going to do now, I'm very, very excited, is we're going to go through the 12 signs, and I'm going to give a mini reading for each of the signs, sun, moon, and rising, in regards to this Cazimi and how this is going to have an effect on all the 12 signs. But remember, you guys, if you have anything 25 degrees of Scorpio or around 25 degrees of Scorpio, it's going to be affecting you way more than other people. Okay, so just want to be clear with that. So, okay, we're going to start with Aries, and let me know what you guys are in the comments. So for our lovely Aries, sun, moon, and risings, this Cazimi is happening in your 8th house. And Aries are interesting because their 8th house is ruled by Scorpio, and the 8th house is the house of Scorpio. So over the next 2 years, Aries, this is going to be really, really powerful for you guys, which you already, if you are an Aries, sun, moon, or rising, this is already a very profound time astrologically because we have the North Node in Aries currently. We have eclipses happening in the Aries Libra axis. So for Aries, this is very potent, powerful, life transforming astrology. But it's not only those things. This Cazimi, which has an influence for the whole next 2 years, is happening in your 8th house, which is the house of transformation and empowerment. It's Scorpio, so it's like in its strongest place, Aries. So you guys can be feeling this Cazimi a lot more than some of the other signs over the next 2 years. You may be feeling, Aries, more scorpionic in nature at times. I'm hearing Spirit say that some of you are going to be feeling more scorpionic than an Aries at times. That's interesting. So pay attention to that. And, you know, Aries and Scorpio are sister signs because they're both traditionally ruled by Mars. So you guys can, Aries, be feeling more like researching the hidden side of life, getting into the occult, you know, the positive occult practices like astrology or tarot, or, you know, those kind of hidden spiritual practices. Aries, you can be getting really into hidden money, such as investing. There can be breakthroughs in investing, healing, transformation, purging, rebirth, all those Scorpio areas of life. So this is very powerful for you guys that are Aries, sun, moon, and rising. And not just that, the Cazimi, as I said earlier, is in a beautiful trine to the planet Neptune, which for you, Aries, Neptune is currently over your 12th house, in your 12th house. And this is the planet, this is Neptune's home house in his home sign, which is spirituality, divine intervention, our spirit guides, our intuition. So I think for Aries, this next 2 years with the influence of this Cazimi, it's like a spiritual breakthrough for you guys. Psychic abilities and intuitive breakthroughs in your dreams and prophecies and your healing abilities as well. I think you're getting even more connected to your spiritual side for sure. So very powerful stuff for you, Aries. And let me know in the comments what you think of that, if there's any Aries out there. And I'm going to pull a card for the Aries. What does this Mars Cazimi entail for the Aries for the next 2 years, activating their 8th house? Wow. Be bold and make the first move. So that's kind of funny because Aries, you guys are already naturally bold and already, naturally are okay with making the first move. So continue to do so. Continue to do so. I'm hearing Spirit say there may be opportunities coming up for you, Aries, that seem like, I'm hearing Spirit say you might not think you're good enough for it, or it just seems extraordinary, but you are good enough for it. So be bold and make the first move towards opportunities that come up, towards your deepest desires and dreams, because that's also Scorpio. So just keep being the badasses that you guys are, because Aries, you guys are badass. You're naturally already bold and fearless, and make the first move. So I think it's funny that we got this card for you. Keep doing that and keep being fearless and just be open to the magical possibilities that are going to be coming forward, because I think amazing opportunities are going to be coming forward for you all. Okay, so let's move to Taurus. Taurus, sun, moon, and rising. So this is a different energy for sure. So this Cazimi for our lovely Tauruses, and I am a Taurus rising, so this goes for me and anyone else who's a Taurus rising, sun or moon. The Mars Cazimi is happening in our 7th house. Okay, so the 7th house is the house of Libra. It's the Libran ruled areas of life, our committed relationships, love, marriage, work partnerships, contracts, our agreements. And just one second, you guys, I'm just going to turn my heater down in front of me because it's getting too hot in here. Just one sec. So yeah, for Tauruses, there's breakthroughs in regards to our committed relationship breakthroughs. So if any of the Tauruses out there, sun, moon, and risings, have been having issues in relationships, some stagnation, some blocks going on, whether you're in a relationship or not, this is an amazing breaker of stagnation, moving past deep-seated patterns, any issues going on. This is also, Scorpio rules merging with others. So for Tauruses in the 7th house relationship, this is some of us getting married, some of us meeting soulmates that we're going to be with for the rest of our lives, business partners that we're going to be working with for the rest of our lives. So our relationships are extremely, extremely highlighted. And we've got Neptune in that beautiful trine to this Cazimi in Taurus's 11th house. So this is the house of Aquarius. And this is, like-minded people friendship, the age of Aquarius, the future, goals, dreams, and aspirations. So Taurus, we're definitely, Tauruses rather, we're definitely getting more like-minded people around us in our sphere, more like-minded friends, like-minded lover. If you're single or if you're in a relationship and your lover is not like-minded yet, there can be some huge wake-ups going on with people that some of us may be in relationships that aren't awake yet, so to speak. Yeah, this is high vibe spiritual people that we're attracting in love, in friendship, in work partnership, also group associations and community, getting connected to a really beautiful spiritual community over the next 2 years. So Taurus it's all about our relationships, which is exciting. That sounds really good. So this Cazimi is happening in Taurus's 7th house. And I'm going to pull a card. Tim says, woohoo, Meg and Yen's getting married. Yes, we are getting married. And that Cazimi is happening in my 7th house, conjunct my Pluto. So yes, you are correct for sure. So let me pull a card for Tauruses. What is the message for Tauruses for this Cazimi? Show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. So that's interesting because Aquarius is the sign that rules the 11th house, and Taurus is Neptune in our 11th house, trine the Cazimi in our 7th house. This is about us attracting the right people in our lives, right? So we are in times right now where we don't need to hide our weirdness, our woo-ness. We want to show our real selves so that we can attract those people for our highest good, our true soul tribe, soul lovers, soul friends, soul community. Show your real damn self. That's what I'm hearing Spirit say, Taurus, is show yourself. Show who you really are to attract the right people. Don't hide who you are. Don't hide your magic. Don't hide your truth. We're over this. We're over this. We've got this Mars Cazimi, and it's Scorpio rules truth and authenticity and showing who you really frickin' are. So Taurus is show the real you, and that's going to be a really good way to work with this transit. Very awesome. I'm just going to take a sip of water here. Okay. So now we're going to move to the Geminis. Geminis. This Mars Cazimi is happening in your 6th house, the house of Virgo, the areas of life that Virgo rules. And this is interesting because Virgo is our day-to-day routines, our day-to-day work, our self-care, our physical health, our mental health. So for Virgos, the workplace and day-to-day routines are going through a breakthrough. And I'm calling this a breakthrough because this is Mars in his home sign of Scorpio, conjunct the sun. So this is a breakthrough energy for all of us, depending on where it's activating in our chart. So this is work breakthroughs, Virgo, and also physical health breakthroughs as well. So if I'm hearing Spirit say that if any of you Virgos out there, I'm feeling this very strong. If any of you Virgo sun, moon, risings out there have been going through health issues, okay, I'm not a health expert, but I'm just getting really strong that a lot of Virgos are going to have healing breakthroughs with physical health issues, with mental health issues. And I'm hearing Spirit say, continue your healing work with that, because this is an energy with this Cazimi in your 6th house where we could have total healings of issues that are going on the physical health level. Also, it's day-to-day work and the workplace, the 6th house, and Neptune in Pisces in that beautiful trine to the Cazimi in your 6th house. Neptune's in your 10th house, which is the house of work, career, success, achievement, how we're seen publicly. So for Virgos, this is definitely about your work life, breakthroughs in your work, career goals, and achievements over the next 2 years with this Cazimi. And you know, Scorpio rules certain kind of jobs. So not saying that you Virgos have to be in these certain kind of jobs, but I'm sure some of you will maybe enter into more scorpionic type of jobs with the influence of this Cazimi, which is like healers, researchers, investigators, financial advisors regarding investing or hidden money, psychics, astrologers, tarot readers, energy healers, things that Scorpio rule. Can be some areas that Virgos are stepping into, but regardless what field of work you're in, Virgos, this is a very big breakthrough in your work life over the next 2 years. So do your passion, Scorpio. Sorry, why am I saying Virgos? Yes, I mean Geminis. Thank you, Rebecca. I've been saying Virgo this entire time. Sorry, I got confused with the house. It's the house of Virgo. I'm talking about Geminis, okay? Oh my God. Forgive me, you guys. I'm looking at charts all day long. So, okay, I'm talking about Geminis. Geminis, this Cazimi is happening in your 6th house. It's activating your work life. There's breakthroughs in your work life. And that Neptune in your 10th house is trying the Cazimi, Geminis. So this is work breakthroughs. I'm not talking about the Virgos yet. We'll get to the Virgos. That is for Geminis, okay? Interesting that I was saying Virgo there. So I wonder, Gemini, if maybe I'm channeling that because this is the 6th house of Virgo. Maybe you guys need to focus on your physical well-being, okay? Because if you put energy towards healing any physical health issues that are going on, there can be huge breakthroughs, as I said, Geminis, okay? So sorry if I just confused you guys. That was for the Geminis, not for the Virgos. And I'm going to pull a card for the Geminis for this Cazimi. Okay, so let's see. What is the message for Geminis? How can they navigate the next 2 years under the influence of this Mars Cazimi? Whoa, these ones are falling out. Okay. 2 cards for Gemini. Whoa, okay, that is interesting. 2 cards. Okay, before I share the cards, Monoblock says, so no healing breakthroughs for Virgos, LOL. Everyone is actually going to have the opportunity for healing breakthroughs with Pluto going into Aquarius next year. That's been one of my predictions for a while. So don't worry, Monoblock. There's breakthroughs for everyone. We're just talking about for this Cazimi specifically, Geminis in particular are going to have healing breakthroughs of deep-seated issues that have been going on. So for Geminis, this is interesting. We got 2 cards that start with the word nothing. That's kind of freaky. Nothing is yet set in stone, and nothing will come of this situation. So Geminis, nothing is yet set in stone is asking you to be open to the energy of this Cazimi, of I'm hearing going towards your soul's dreams. Okay, nothing is yet set in stone, Geminis. If some of you feel like, oh, I can't have that career advancement because I'm 50 years old and I've lived a lot of my life. Nothing is yet set in stone. You can do whatever the heck you want to do. I'm hearing Spirit say, Gemini. You can literally manifest whatever you want if you put the energy into it, which is the 6th house of Virgo. Day-to-day routine. Geminis, what do you do when you wake up? What do you do before you go to sleep? What's your day-to-day routine? And are you putting energy every day into what you want to manifest? Nothing is yet set in stone. You can literally create whatever you want. There's no age limits. For some reason, I'm getting like age limit very strong with Gemini. There's no limits at all. And nothing will come of this situation is making me feel like there's something to be released for Geminis. Okay? There's something to be released. So, and I know Geminis, you guys are very naturally social. You're all about your relationships. I love you guys. Whether it is a relationship or a work endeavor, there's something that needs to be released. This could be a limiting belief, Geminis. Okay, so I know that that's really broad for me to say, but I invite you, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Risings, if this resonates with you, to maybe just reflect right now or after this video, like what in my life is kind of a waste of time. I know that sounds silly to say, but like, what Geminis in your life is kind of a waste of time or an energy drain? Because whatever that is, nothing will come of that situation, and nothing is yet set in stone. And you can literally create whatever the heck you want. So let go of anything. Sean is saying, wow, Meg, I was just talking about that with my husband. That's so cool. And you're saying, yes, limiting beliefs. So yes. And it's interesting that both of these cards start with the word nothing. So for me, nothing is a coincidence. No pun intended. So I would invite you, Geminis, to sit in the vibration of nothing. So what do I mean by that? Geminis, when was the last time you put away the phone, you put away the screens, you put away the music, you just were surrounded by nothing? You just let yourself sit there or lie there with no intention of feeling anything, of coming up with anything, of talking to anybody. You just were in the vibration of nothing. I feel like there's an invitation to just be in the vibration of nothing, to calm you, to center you, and to see what comes up. So I hope that makes sense how I explained that, Gemini. Feels like there's a very strong message coming through for you guys, because with this Cazimi activating your 6th house, this is being of service to others, the elements of Virgo. This is your day-to-day work. So you guys have important things to do that this Cazimi is activating. So I hope that resonates and makes sense. How I explain that for the lovely Geminis out there. And now we're going to move to Cancers, the lovely Cancers. So Cancers, this Mars Cazimi that we just had, November 18th, exactly at 25 degrees of Scorpio, happened in your 5th house and is activating and highlighting. The 5th house ruled areas of life for you, Cancers, for the whole next 2 years. Okay. And this is a nice house. You Cancers are lucky, okay, because the 5th house is a nice house. This is the areas of life that Leo rules. The 5th house is the house of Leo. So this is fun, celebration, creativity, children, your inner child, having the confidence to put your gifts out to the world, to birth new projects, to be seen, okay, for your gifts. So Cancers, this is really nice because you're one of those signs that you're a water sign like me. I'm a Scorpio. I know how it is. We're naturally very sensitive, empathic, and sometimes we get bogged down by the water, by our sensitivities, by feeling all the energies around us. Sometimes it can be hard for us, I'm talking about the water signs, to be really in the vibration of pure, visceral fun and celebration right? And total just confidence and connection to our inner child. So this Cazimi Cancers is activating that for you guys, which is fantastic. I'm feeling really strongly for you intuitively, Cancers, that there could be new business ideas or projects like entrepreneurship, you guys putting out there and starting to do from your passions, from what you love to do over the next 2 years. Okay. So, also, this is some of you having children, which for the Cancers in all of your transits, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, it makes me laugh every time because you guys are supposed to, if you guys don't have kids, and I know this is broad for me to say, but a lot of the Cancers are going to be having kids over the next 2 years. And the fifth house is the house of children. So a lot of you stepping into having more children around, parenting children. And this Cazimi, Leos, Cancers, oh my God, sorry you guys that I'm messing up the signs. We're talking about Cancers. This Cazimi is in a beautiful trine to Neptune, which for you Cancers is in your 9th house of Sagittarius, the house of expansion and luck and foreign travel and foreign people and foreign business and higher learning. It's expansion and luck. So I would say to you guys, Cancers, this Cazimi is really lucky and positive for you guys. So just go for your dreams. Don't hold back. Do not hold back. If there's something that you're wanting to put out there, a project business-wise or creatively, but you've been kind of feeling, oh, I don't know about that, just feeling, not up to putting it out there, this Cazimi is probably going to force you or really inspire you to just put it out there. And it's going to be very successful and positive and fun because that's Leo. And having children is definitely highlighted for the Cancers as well. And this is also, 5th house is romance too. So some of you Cancers could hook up with someone from a foreign country, 9th house, someone who's a completely different culture than you, someone who you meet on a foreign trip or you meet somewhere that's from a different place. Some of you Cancers will start some, multicultural love affairs, if you will. So, okay, let's see what the message is for all you beautiful Cancers from the cards for these, for this Cazimi. So, Spirit, what is the message for Cancers? How can they navigate this transit? What is the message for their highest good? Okay, also 2 cards for Cancers. Wow. Cancers, you cannot make this stuff up. Full moon card and full moon eclipse card. And Cancers, you guys are ruled by the moon in astrology. Full moon eclipse. So first of all, full moons are cleansing, release, and illumination. So I know we're talking about the Mars Cazimi. We're not talking about a full moon, but we have a full moon coming up. Cancers, we have a full moon November 27th. Okay. So I would invite you guys to maybe do a healing ceremony, do some cleansing, releasing around the upcoming full moon, to let go of any blocks if you feel like you have any Cancers regarding stepping into your passions and your dreams. Okay. There's also, full moons are not just cleansing, they're also illumination time. So these 2 full moon cards are saying that this Mars Cazimi is illuminating your gifts and talents and a sense of having fun in life because it's illuminating your 5th house. So I'm hearing believe in yourself. I'm hearing Spirit say, please believe in yourself. And I'm also a psychic medium, you guys. So if you guys ever see me like starting to laugh, it's because I'm actually hearing the voices of some of our ancestors and our guides. And I just heard kind of like a a black lady. I don't know if anybody's black here in the audience, but I just heard like a black lady on the other side who might be a friend or a family member of somebody watching. Just like, girl, believe in yourself. Go do that thing. And this is towards a Cancer that's in the audience. Go do that thing that you know you're here to do. Girl, believe in yourself. I'm hearing, okay, now I'm starting to channel like a loved one that's on the other side who I think is a black woman who she's coming through as younger. Now, this is a whole different thing for the Cancers. This is for one of the Cancers in particular. It feels like it might have been a friend or something. Just believe in yourself. Okay, go for your dreams. Go for your desires. There's 2 full moon cards, Cancers, and you're ruled by the moon. So surrender to the divine and conclusions are within reach. Very, very powerful, Cancers. Believe in yourself. Love you guys. And we've now got this lady beside me who feels like she's going to stay here for the whole video. And I really like her energy. Tim says, it's your Pluto and Scorpio generation or natural psychics. Yes, I am Pluto and Scorpio generation. MW111, you have been channeling that message for Cancers for months now, Meg. Wow, okay. I didn't even know that because when I get into the channeling mode, I won't remember any of this after I do the video, just to let you guys know. So yeah, thank you for sharing that, MW. Trixie says, I'm getting goosebumps. Tim says, maybe it's a spirit you picked up in New Orleans. Yeah, it could be. I feel like it's something. Oh, Lynn. Okay, Lynn. It might be my friend Lisa that passed away 7 years ago. Okay. So, okay, that's crazy because I swear to God, I was feeling a name that started with an L, but I didn't know how to pronounce it. So I didn't want to like look stupid. Okay, so Lynn, okay, side note, we're going to get to the next sign in a second, but Lynn, your friend Lisa, did she pass like at an early age? Because this woman is like, she's like in her 30s or her 40s. Maybe she's in her 50s and she looked really young for her age, but I'm feeling like she died. She crossed over at a young age. She's Black. She has a very positive energy. And it feels like a friend. And you're saying it might be my friend Lisa. So I said it felt like a friend. And yeah, the message that's coming through is, girl, do that thing that I know you want to do. Go do that thing. Go do your dream. And maybe this is something that you expressed to her when she was alive. And I don't mean to start reading you right now, Lynn. I hope you're okay with me just relaying the information that I'm feeling. But there's just a message coming through of, girl, go do that thing. Go do that thing that I know you love. Go believe in yourself. Okay. You're saying her birthday would be November 27th. So she would be a Sagittarius. Yeah, that makes sense because her energy is very bright. It's very, very positive. And she's laughing. She thinks that this is funny right now. She's like, this is ridiculous right now. She's like laughing that I'm doing a live show and that I'm sharing this on the live. So Lynn, I'm going to say this is probably your friend Lisa because the energy, got it. 50 Black. Okay, this is 100%. This is your friend Lisa for sure. Because I feel very positive energy saying that. It feels like right for me to say that. So Lynn, that's beautiful that your friend is here right now. And I don't always have spirits from the other side coming through. She looked younger too. Yeah, she does. I would not guess that she's 50. I was thinking, okay, she's like in her 30s or her 40s for sure. So she is very happy on the other side. Her energy is very, very positive. So I'm not sure how she passed, Lynn, but she's in a very good space. And yeah, she's wanting to come through because she's definitely close to you. Okay. She's definitely with you. Yeah, it is totally her. And she's right with you. So I don't know if this was a best friend of yours or a really close friend, but she for her to be coming through on a live show that I'm doing right now, she really cares about you and she's really with you. And yeah, she wants you to just totally believe in yourself and do your dreams. So I hope that that makes sense and resonates. So thank you so much, Lisa, for coming through. Okay, this is what happens, you guys, when we do live shows. Sometimes there's stuff like this. And thank you for sharing, Lynn. Okay, now we're going to move to the Leos. And before I do the Leos, I'm just going to do a quick little smudge because I start to feel really light and feel a lot of energy when I connect to people on the other side. So I'm just going to burn some sage. What a beautiful energy she has, Lynn. She's laughing her butt off, Lisa. She's gonna be with us the whole show. She thinks this is hilarious, this situation right now. Okay. Woo! Okay. So, Leos. This Cazimi is happening in your 4th house. Okay. And the 4th house in astrology is the house ruled by Cancer. And for some reason, I'm messing up the signs with the houses they're activating. So we're talking about Leo. And for Leos, this Cazimi is activating your 4th house of Cancer. So this is breakthroughs, because this Cazimi, Mars is about energy, breakthrough, drive, passion. This is breakthroughs having to do with your family, Leos, because the 4th house of Cancer is family and our home, property, real estate, and our ancestors as well. Okay. So this is Lakeside Laura. Hi, Laura is saying, does this apply for rising or only suns? This is for sun signs and risings most importantly, but you can also listen to the moon sign as well. So sun, moon, and rising, but sun and rising most importantly. Okay, so for Leo, sun, risings, and moons, this Cazimi is in your 4th house. So this is breakthroughs over the next 2 years in, regards to anything having to do with your family. This can be some of you actually starting families, Leos, or if there's been any issues with family members, that can be healing, going into a very healing place. This is also, Leos, healing your ancestral line, your connection to your ancestors. And I'm going to be saying healing a lot with you guys, okay, Leos, because this Cazimi is trying to Neptune, beautiful aspect with Neptune in the 8th house, the house of Scorpio. And Scorpio and Cancer, those 2 houses are water houses. They're healing, spirituality, intuition, deep-seated healing. So for you, Leos, this is a great time with this Cazimi activating the 4th house in trine to Neptune in the 8th house, do ancestral healing, family healing, but it's also just going to be happening naturally. This is also, property and your home. So some of you may be moving, selling homes, having breakthroughs. If there's been any issues with that, anything wrong with the home, there can be breakthroughs with that. Investing in property. I'm not a financial advisor, but just saying, you guys, okay, because it is in trine to the 8th house of Scorpio, and it's in the sign of Scorpio, which is investing in property, Leos, moving to new homes, moving to new areas. This could also be moving to areas that have a spiritual energy, because Neptune is spirituality, sacred sites, or visiting the homelands of your ancestors, I'm hearing Spirit say. So for Leos, this is very, very powerful breakthroughs with your home, with your family, with investing in property or real estate, anything having to do with property and real estate, and your connection to your ancestors as well. So this is also, the 4th house is the bottom of the chart. It's considered to be the most sensitive part of the chart. And Scorpio is revealing. So Cancers, there's things being revealed to you, Cancers, Leos, we're talking about the Leos. Leos, this is revealing regarding your family, regarding your ancestors, your intuitive abilities as well, your healing abilities, because those are Cancer as well. So very powerful for you guys, Leos. This is like a lot of wisdom going to be coming through, and your home and family and properties highlighted. Very cool. So let's pull a card for the Leos. How can Leos navigate this Mars Cazimi influence in their 4th house over the next 2 years? What is the message for the Leo, Sun, Rising, and Moon? Let's see. Oh my God, we got this card again. The Tauruses also got this card, Leos. Show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. That's interesting because Aquarius is the opposite sign to Leo. But also Leos tend to show the world the real them. They tend to wear their heart on their sleeves. Okay. But we're talking about home and family. Okay, Leos. So part of these breakthroughs that can be happening for you, Leos, is maybe coming out to your family about your true self, about something that you believe in, about maybe your experience of the past few years, about revealing your real self to your family. Interesting. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys reflect on that. Is there anything that you're hiding from your family because you're scared of how they're going to react? This is with this Cazimi in your 4th house. It's very powerful healing work with your family, being your real self, to have deeper connections. So very interesting that we've now got this card twice. So whenever we get something twice, even if it's for different signs, I feel like this is also a message, not just for the Tauruses and the Leos, but for all of us. I feel like this is for all of us. Show the world the real you. Wow, which I think a lot of us are doing that, but we can continue to do that. And I'll give you guys an example. I'll give you guys a personal example, and it might be a weird example because I'm a full-time astrologer and mystic and woo-woo person. And I know some of you guys are too. Sometimes when I'm out in public, like if I'm at the grocery store or I'm meeting someone for the first time and they ask me, "Oh, Meg, what do you do?" Because that's like a very matrix thing that people will ask you. And then I'll have that moment where I'm like, I'm an astrologer, but like sometimes if I'm feeling really sensitive, like if I'm at the airport at security or something, I'll be like, "Oh, I'm into, holistic health." I don't know. I'll say like some bullshit kind of thing like that. Just giving you guys an example, like even myself, I can even be showing the world, the real me in different ways. Like we all can step into that even more. Right? So like for me, if I'm at the grocery store and the organic grocery store person saying, "Oh, Meg, what do you do?" "I'm an astrologer." "Oh, okay, that's weird. At least I showed my real self." And then from doing that, that's going to attract like-minded people towards us, soul tribe. So yeah, just giving you guys silly examples. I like to give you guys examples. So I hope that resonates. That's a message for all of us, particularly the Leos and the Tauruses, but for all of us in particular, for sure. Okay, let's go to Virgos. And for some reason, when I go to Virgo, I want to start talking in a British accent. So I don't know what that's about. I think Lisa is making me feel even more in my silly side tonight, this spirit that we have here. So, okay, for Virgos, this Cazimi is happening in your third house. So the third house is being very highlighted for the next 2 years in regards to this Mars Cazimi transit that we're having. So for you Virgos, this is cool because the third house is one of the lighter houses in astrology, right? It's fun, it's social, it's friends, it's our siblings, it's social events, it's learning, communication, social media, our local neighborhood. So all of those areas of life, Virgo, are, you can be having breakthroughs in those areas. Okay. So if there's been any issues with siblings or friends or even cousins, third house can be cousins, or your local community, this Cazimi is going to shake that up and bring healing and cleansing and rebirth in those areas, right? So that is really, really cool. And this can also be for you Virgos, because third house can be information and learning, maybe getting really into like researching and investigating a new subject really, really deep, Virgos, because Scorpio rules going into information very deep, the hidden side of life. So for some of you Virgos, you could become really good experts, like of research in certain areas. So that's very interesting. And Scorpio is also healing abilities and the things that Scorpio rule in your local community. You could start to do more of those things in your local community, or sharing that with your friends, sharing that with your siblings. And this Cazimi is in a beautiful trine to Neptune in your seventh house. Seventh house is committed relationships and contracts. So this is interesting because the seventh house tends to be love, marriage, work partnerships. Third house tends to be friends, siblings, cousins, local community relationships. So, like one of the other signs, I'm having a brain fart, which sign it was. For you Virgos, this is very much about relationships, this Cazimi. Healing of relationships, things being revealed in relationships, empowering you to make new relationships that are in alignment. And some of you, that the information you might be getting more into over the next 2 years, any of you going deep into a research of something, it can be esoteric and spiritual, very deeply in nature, because Neptune, planet of spirituality, and the other side, is in trine to this Cazimi. So that's a nice lighthouse that you guys are getting activated. And also Spirit wants me to say third house is social media. So some of you guys showing yourself or speaking truth, Scorpio, on social media, you Virgos, that can be really alignment. There can be breakthroughs in those ways too. And hello, Farmer Dick, how's it going? You say, I met my new holistic dentist today. Introduced myself as a regenerative farmer. He and his staff were fascinated and we talked for a long time. Thank you for sharing that. That's so true. Like when we just confidently say what we do, even though it might be something kind of different that no one's heard of before, if we come at it from a positive, confident place, then like you said, people are fascinated and they want to learn more about it. So good for you. That's really, really awesome. Monoblock, I've been planting lots of seeds on social media. Good for you. I think it's important for us to do that on social media for sure. So, okay, for the Virgos, let's pull a card for you for this Mars Cazimi. What's the message for Spirit? How to navigate this Cazimi's influence for the Virgo sun, moons, and risings. Oh, you guys got 2 cards. Okay. Virgos. We got the blue moon card and the super moon card. Believe in the impossible, Virgos, and emotions are running high. Interesting. And Rebecca, you're saying perhaps my Virgo sister will wake up and realize that this Scorpio has a clue. Yeah, Virgos are going through a wake up big time. Their beliefs are being challenged big time with this blue moon, believe in the impossible card. And I'm really feeling like with those relationship houses being activated with this Cazimi, there could be heightened emotions in relationships with people having different views on things for you Virgos. And it's like how to navigate that, so just like that card we got for everyone, be your real self. And I'm hearing like protect your energy, Virgo, because it feels like some people, whether it's friends, lover, siblings, cousins, business partners, might be feeling like they can just project onto you their emotions because people's emotions are running really high, really, if they're not in a conscious place. So just have patience because there's going to be breakthroughs with the relationships in your life, Virgo, and also believe in the impossible. I love this card. This is such a beautiful card. And with that Cazimi and Scorpio in your third house, your beliefs, your deep-seated beliefs are being transformed big time. So this feels like, and third house, I always find third house of Gemini, because Gemini is fast-moving energy, and Gemini rules a lot of things that we do day to day, right? Communication, social media, contracts, our car, gadgets, our local neighborhood, our friends, our siblings, our cousins. Like that's a lot of stuff that I don't know about you guys, but we deal with all of that day to day. So I feel like Virgo, this is a lot of different areas for you being activated by this Cazimi. So staying grounded as well. The emotions running high can also be for yourself, not just be for the people around you. Stay grounded, because it can be like, oh, I'm getting a new car, and oh, now I got this position in my local neighborhood, and oh, now I got this new best friend, and oh, now my cousin just woke up, and now I have to help red pill her. It's like a lot of different things going on. So just stay grounded, Virgos. Feels like a lot being activated for you guys with this Cazimi. Erica, hi Erica, says, I'm a Virgo rising. I feel like I'm healing relationships with my family. For sure. For sure. That makes a lot of sense. Laura says, my Virgo sun is almost to boot camp right now. Wow. That's interesting. And I love seeing your comments, you guys. Thank you for sharing. Lynn, Meg, I have to tell you, Lisa and I had a past life together in England. Maybe that's why. Yeah, maybe that's why I just started speaking in a British accent, because Lisa just wants to keep confirming that she's here for you, Lynn. She is definitely here. So that's beautiful. I'm happy that she came through today. Okay, next we're going to go to Libras. All right. Libras. This Mars Cazimi is happening in your second house, which is the second house of Taurus. Second house is the areas of life that Taurus rules. And this is interesting for you Libras, because Taurus is the opposite sign to Scorpio. Okay. So this is where you guys, Libras, are having breakthroughs in your income. Okay. This is a very big theme, Libras, with the influence of this Cazimi for the next 2 years, because the second house and sixth house are income. And the Cazimi is happening in your second house in trine to Neptune in your sixth house, which is our day-to-day work, how we make money, how we're of service day to day. So for you Libras, this is like work and income breakthroughs for sure. Also reassessing your values. Okay, the second house areas of life Taurus rules is actually kind of like a sister house to you, seventh house of Libra, because Libra and Taurus are the two signs ruled by Venus. So it's very supportive that this Cazimi is happening in your second house. There can be big transformation, because Scorpio rules transformation, in your values, in what you put value to, and your own self-worth. So this is extremely empowering for you Libras in terms of your self-worth, your day-to-day work, what you even want to be doing, new opportunities work-wise coming to you, and opening up to more abundance. Okay, just gonna say it straight, because this is abundance coming through. And I think for Libra, some of you can be becoming financial advisors, because this is in the sign of Scorpio, in the second house of Taurus, investing, precious metals, cryptocurrencies, new ways of investing, or you just get really into investing as a second revenue stream even. Sassy Cindy says, my boyfriend is a Libra and he's going wild on his sales site last few days. He's making money, but not really his usual thing. Well, isn't it interesting, Sassy, that it's only been a few days since we had this Cazimi, so that makes a lot of sense for your boyfriend, for sure. So, yeah, really good for your self-worth, Libra, your self-confidence, your values being reassessed and getting a boost. And I'm going to say huge breakthroughs in work and income, and what you put value to. So that is very cool for you guys. And let's pull a card for the Libras. Okay. Libras, for this Cazimi, what is the message? Oh my gosh. We've now gotten this card 3 times. Show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. So we got this for the Tauruses, we got this for the Leos, and now we've also got it for the Libras. And again, this is a collective message for all of us. So wow, Libra, when it comes to your work, show the world the real you. When it comes to your values, show yourself the real you. Believe in yourself. And this is also, Aquarius rules community and others. There could be community work opportunities coming up, merging with others. So, okay, this is so powerful that this has come up for all of us. Wow, wow, wow. Beautiful card. So I hope that resonates with you guys, with you Libras, and for everyone. And Erica says, yes, it's time to show the world. It is time to show the world. Goosebumps, truth bumps. Yes, definitely. And Laura says, time to break free. For sure, for sure, for sure. Okay, now we're going to move to Scorpios. This is interesting for the Scorpios because this Mars Cazimi is in the sign of Scorpio. So this is definitely affecting, on a basic level, Scorpios, because it's in our sign, and Aries, because Aries is also ruled by Mars. And this is happening in a home sign, so it's our sister sign, the most. Okay, but it is affecting all the signs in different ways. So I'm a Scorpio, as some of you know. So for us Scorpio, sun, moon, and risings out there, this Cazimi is a really big deal because it's happening in our first house, which is self, right? Self, our foundation, our boundaries, what resonates with us, our physical body, how we are seen. So Scorpios, we're going through a really big activation with the influence of this Cazimi. This is where things that Scorpio rules are going to be very highlighted over the next 2 years, as I talked about at the beginning of the video. And I know a lot of Scorpio sun, moon risings are in scorpionic kind of roles, areas of life naturally. So this is really good for us because we're being called upon to be of service while these areas of life are being really highlighted. This is also our physical body. Okay, the first house. So our physical body, we can be having breakthroughs. I would say for Scorpios, I would say for all the signs, but definitely Scorpios, it's a great time to be doing a cleanse, to be doing a detox for the physical body. Okay, so very, very powerful in those areas, and how we are seen. There's a breakthrough in how we're being seen and how we present ourselves. So that's very interesting. And the Neptune trine this Cazimi is sitting in our 5th house, which is the house of Leo, creativity, birthing new projects, shining our light, being confident. So many of us can start to share creative gifts or projects that we also have, and anything that we're passionate about, any new ideas can really be manifested and shared more powerfully than usual. Okay. And a lot of us Scorpios becoming parents as well, with Neptune in the 5th house trine this Cazimi, and maybe showing more of our magical self, our softer self, our inner child over the next 2 years. So really, really powerful for us Scorpios. I hope that makes sense how I explain that. And let's pull a card for the Scorpios. What is the message for the Scorpios in regards to this Mars Cazimi as an influence? Oh, this one's flying out. Wow. Ha ha. Scorpios, isn't this the story of our life? Step out of your comfort zone, the North Node card, destiny, fate, purpose. So Scorpio, sun, moon, risings, where do we need to step out of our comfort zone? And I know for Scorpio, it's funny because when you are a Scorpio, we get pushed into very intense life situations. We get pushed out of our comfort zone. But the North Node card is saying, step even more outside of your comfort zone to be able to navigate this Cazimi, to be able to be in alignment with our higher self, our self-empowerment. When we're, one of the lessons of Scorpio, because it's the opposite sign of Taurus, which is total stability and enjoyment of life, and Scorpio is the opposite sign. Scorpio is the value of wisdom gathered from being outside of our comfort zone. And Anne, shout out to Anne. I'm so happy to see you. Anne is my Scorpio sister, and you've just come in, Anne, as we're talking about Scorpios and the effect on this Cazimi, the effect this Cazimi is having on Scorpio. So very nice to see you, Anne, sending lots of love. You might have to rewind to hear the whole Scorpio part later. Yeah. So if we feel comfortable, if we're feeling really comfortable over the next 2 years with the influence of this Mars Cazimi, and we're a Scorpio placement strong, do something out of your comfort zone, because that can bring breakthroughs, that can bring information, initiation and activation, not just being in our comfort zone the whole time. So hope that resonates. Rebecca, I'm so glad I'm past baby making time. Yes, you are. You are glad, Rebecca, and I'm glad for you. Yeah, that's lots of Scorpio gonna be doing some baby making time for sure. Okay, now we're moving to the Saggies. Sagittarius, this Mars Cazimi is happening in your 12th house, the areas of life that Pisces rules, the Pisces house, spirituality, and creativity and behind the scenes work and healing of deep-seated issues and sacred sites and our intuitive abilities and sleep and our dreams. Okay, so Sagittarius, this Cazimi being in Scorpio, which is intensity, transformation, things being revealed. This is an influence over the next 2 years of spiritual truths. I'm hearing Spirit say spiritual truths of yourself, of the world, being revealed to you on a very deep level through your intuition and also your dreams. And I'm getting the message that there's Sagittariuses out there that are actually going to be really good at prophecy over the next 2 years, that are going to be very good at their psychic abilities of prediction and downloads and automatic writing and channeling. Sagittarius, so your spiritual gifts, you're having a breakthrough with your spiritual gifts, with your dreams, with your creativity, and any behind the scenes work that you do. And, you know, there's something really powerful about when we're working on something that's sacred to us and really meaningful to us, to actually kind of keep it behind the scenes until it's totally done. And then bam, we put it out there and it can be at its most powerful. And this Cazimi, Sagittarius, is trine Neptune in your 4th house, which is home, family. And Neptune in Pisces, in his home sign of Pisces, we've been having that Neptune in Pisces. Neptune is the ruler of the 12th house because it's the ruler of Pisces. So this is really spiritual for you guys. This is big spiritual, intuitive activation. I'm going to even say some of you guys are going to be going to sacred sites. It would be good for you guys to go to sacred sites in your local area or travel far away to sacred sites to work with this energy. And you know, the 4th house, our home, our safe space, and the 12th house, behind the scenes and kind of like even isolation and meditation. These are 2 very private houses. So there can be really big breakthroughs, deep breakthroughs around, you know, I know you Sagittarians like to be out in the world. I'm engaged to a Sagittarius and I have a Sagittarius stellium myself. Spending time alone, spending time in your home, not to say you have to do that the whole time, but making that a part of the schedule right now will bring really big breakthroughs, not being influenced by the distractions of the world or the others or needing to travel the whole time. Sometimes that can be Sagittarius. Going within is going to bring, I cannot stress this enough, huge breakthroughs, Sagittarius, for the next 2 years. And oh my God, you guys are so funny. You guys are saying Yuns is a Sagittarius, or Meg and Yun's going to make babies. Yes, but not quite yet. Not quite yet. I want to wait, like, I think a few more years, 2 to 3 more years for that. So yeah, for sure. So, okay, let's pull a card for the Saggies for this Mars Cazimi. What is the message, the divine guidance for the Saggies? Okay, let's see. Oh my God, the card doesn't even want to come out. I was going to pull a card and the card didn't even want to come out. Whoa, okay. The Sagittarians, the Saggies got new moon in Scorpio. Work through your fears. That's Scorpion. So interesting, because remember I was saying this, the 12th house where the Cazimi is happening for you can be like deep-seated patterns, healing issues. This is not just spiritual activation for you guys and creative inspiration, but this is very powerful for healing. And I know I keep saying that word for all of us because Scorpio does rule very deep-seated healing. But for some of the signs more than others, do a meditation practice or do energy healing or go on a spiritual retreat. Saggies, 12th house, spiritual retreat. Work through your fears. What scares you? Be honest with yourself. Saggy, Scorpio is like, what really freaks you out? What scares the crap out of you? And why? I know that's like very intense, Scorpio, for me to say. Be honest with yourself. Because you guys are one of the most positive signs in astrology. You're a fire sign, your luck, your expansion, your positivity, your enjoyment of life. There's going to be fears coming up, but this Cazimi is going to help you break through them. I'm hearing that very strong. So when that comes up, we don't want to go, oh, I got this thing coming up. I can feel on the inside, but you know what? I'm going to go to Spain for 6 months. I'm just going to go travel around, go to some festivals. No, this is face your shadow, connect to your spirituality. If you do travel, it better be to meaningful places or sacred sites to help you work through this energy. So that is powerful stuff for the Saggies. And Spirit wants me to say again, because I think some people have tuned in later from when I first started the video, we're not just needing to look at what houses are being activated for each of the signs, but in your personal birth chart, if you have something at Scorpio 25 degrees or, within range of Scorpio 25 degrees, like within 5 degrees before or after that, those placements in your chart are getting very activated for the next 2 years by this Mars Cazimi. Okay. So, okay, we got a few more signs. We're going to go to the Cappies. Capricorns. This Cazimi is happening in your 11th house of Aquarius. So this is nice, Capricorns. This is one of the lighter houses, one of the fun houses to have this Cazimi in. So this is breakthroughs. Cappies having to do with your friendships, your group associations, like-minded community, your dreams, goals, aspirations. The 11th house of Aquarius rules the age of Aquarius and anything having to do with the future in the age of Aquarius. So you guys, Cappies, I'm very happy for you because you guys are going to be able to break through into this age of Aquarius quite effortlessly with this Cazimi in your 11th house, which I'm so happy for you guys because I know I've been saying in some of the videos recently that Capricorns have been going through it with Pluto and Capricorn since 2008. So when I do my consultations for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Risings, and I have my Moon in Capricorn, we have gone through very challenging things since 2008. And Cappies, that is coming to a closing point for us, thank God, because Pluto is moving into Aquarius January 20th, 2024. And, Capricorn rules the structures of life. So sometimes for Capricorns, new traditions, new systems are not easy, but this Cazimi is going to help the Capricorns step into those new systems very, very effortlessly. It's going to be surprising for us, actually, to watch the Capricorns. So that makes me so happy to share that with you guys. And Farmer Dick says, my son is a Capricorn sun. Good news for him. Yeah, this is great news for the Capricorns and you guys deserve it. And Kathy says, oh my God, I'm a Capricorn. So true. Yes. Capricorns, don't worry. The sun is coming out soon. We are at the light at the end of the tunnel. We've been in it since 2008. And now it's the Aquarius's turn to have Pluto and Aquarius. But Pluto is very strong and malefic in Capricorn. So it's actually more intense for the Capricorns than it's going to be for the Pluto in the Aquariuses. So don't want to freak out the Aquariuses, but yeah, so this is breakthrough in that regard, new friends, new innovations. Capricorn's inventing things, Aquarius, and sharing those things. This Cazimi is trine Neptune, the planet of spirituality, creativity, in the third house of Gemini. So this is public. This is sharing things publicly. 11th house and third house are the two social media houses. So Capricorn, social media, using that, work related, because I know a lot of you guys are work horses. Social media is amazing for you guys. There can be really big breakthroughs with that. Working with friends, new work relationships. This is really positive. So I am very happy for you Cappies. And let's pull a card. Card message for the Capricorns for this Cazimi for the next 2 years. Let's see, what's the message? You can't make this stuff up. This makes me happy because I have my moon in Capricorn. A new start is coming, new moon. And what was I just talking about? We're having Pluto exit Capricorn. Pluto's going to be off our back, Cappies. This is a new start coming. So no fear if you're a Capricorn, sun, moon, or rising, and you've been feeling like such difficulties and challenge in recent years. It is going to subside. A new start is coming, and we're effortlessly stepping into the Aquarian age. That's so good for us. Yay! That's awesome. So very happy for you, Capricorns. And honestly, if you're a Capricorn, sun, moon, or rising, I'm going to share with you guys my astrological secrets, as I always do. Let me just bring something up here. Pluto in Capricorn. Okay, if you're a Capricorn, sun, moon, or rising, and you're like, oh my God, Meg, you're talking about since 2008. Yeah, it's been feeling weird, but there was one specific time where something crazy happened. Look at where your Capricorn placement, look at the degree of your Capricorn placement. Go to Dr. Stanley. Actually, go to Google and type in Dr. Stanley Pluto and Capricorn degrees. Scroll down, and I'll give you guys an example. This is why I love astrology, and every day when I'm looking at charts, it never ceases to amaze me. So I'll give you guys an example. I'm a 10-degree Capricorn moon. When Pluto was at 10 degrees of Capricorn, actually, when Pluto was conjunct my moon at 10 degrees of Capricorn, right here, my parents separated and got a divorce. And it changed my whole family dynamic. And it was an extremely challenging separation in time. And yeah, so Pluto is at 6 degrees of Capricorn right on my moon, and then was exact conjunct my moon January 20th, 2013, November 23rd, 2013. This was all when my parents were going through a really not nice situation. So Cappies, and this is a once in every 248 years because Pluto is so slow moving. So there's no coincidence with that. So if you have a major Capricorn placement, look at where Pluto was at that degree that your Capricorn placement is in, and see what was going on with your life. And I'm telling you, I bet you there was something big going on for sure. For sure. So, okay, now we're going to move to the Aquariuses. So we've only got a couple more signs. So for the Aquarians, this Mars Cazimi, why isn't this letting? Okay, there we go. This Mars Cazimi is happening in your 10th house, the house of Capricorn, the areas of life that Capricorn rule: work, career, public reputation, publicly being seen, our authority figures, our elders. So for you, Aquarius, this is breakthroughs in your work, in your career, and how you're publicly being seen for the next 2 years. And for some of you Aquariuses, this could be more scorpionic type roles you're stepping into, or you're incorporating those qualities into the work that you do. So researching, investigating, real deal spiritual or hidden knowledge being revealed, hidden money, investing, all those scorpionic kind of things, death, end of life care, birthing, all those scorpionic kind of things, but doesn't have to be a Scorpio related field. It's breakthrough in your work and your career and how you're publicly being seen. So there's really big achievements, Aquarians, coming through, which makes sense because we got Pluto in Aquarius and us entering the age of Aquarius. So you Aquarians are like the stars of the show right now. So a lot of you, because Aquarius rules innovation and invention in the future, are going to be inventing new things or a part of new innovative ways where you're publicly going to be seen and recognized and achieving in your career. And how beautiful this Cazimi is trine to Neptune in your second house, which is income, abundance, our values. So you're making money, you're making more money, Aquarius, is through your career, which everybody likes to hear that. And hi, Darla. Darla says, retired Aquarius here. So that's interesting, Darla. So it's going to be, if you're not working at the moment, how you're publicly seen, how you're seen by others is having a breakthrough. Okay. And Scorpio is it's an intense sign. It's very transformative and healing. So you can be, I'm hearing Spirit say, possibly helping others go through breakthroughs, being there for others. So I hope that makes sense. And I'm very happy that you brought that up. So, okay, let's pull a card for the Aquarians. What is the message for y'all for this Cazimi, Mars Cazimi influence for the next 2 years? What's going on? Interesting. Full moon in Leo, which is the opposite sign of Aquarius. And that's weird because the Leos got an Aquarius card. So that's kind of weird. Don't let pride get in your way. Interesting. So Aquarius is, just take a moment to take that in. Don't let pride get in your way. What I'm feeling with this is, and I always say this to my Aquarian friends and clients, you guys, Aquariuses rule the future. Aquarius rules the future. And most Aquariuses, sun, moon, rising, stelliums, north nodes, are like futuristic people living in the present moment. They're light years ahead of the rest of us. Okay, that's just the truth. And that can be frustrating for Aquarians, to live a life where they move way quicker, they're integrating the future way quicker, they're innovating, they know the matrix is bullshit, all that. And what I'm feeling from this Aquarius is there are people that are really far behind your consciousness level and your level of understanding, okay? But they do need assistance. They do need you there. I hope this makes sense how I'm explaining this. A lot of Aquarians, I know, friends and clients, have been hurt because they saw through the whole BS of the last 3 years. And Aquarius rules detachment, right? So it's like, you're not on the same page as me. Okay, whatever. I'm just not going to talk to you, or I'm not going to, why would I want to work with someone totally not on the same page? I'm just getting the message, Aquarius, is be open to working with people, to sharing with people that may be totally not on the same page as you, because you're here to activate us. Okay? Let me know if this is making sense. Little Susie says, yes, making a lot of sense. So this is not a negative card. This is saying you guys are actually, and I'm not just saying this to kiss your butt. The truth is Aquarius is, and my best friend Sunny, that some of you guys see on, that I know some of you guys have seen on her, she's a moon in Aquarius. She understands things way faster than me. She's so innovative. She is like a future being in the present moment. That is what Aquarians are. And I'm constantly saying to her, like, you're so innovative. How do you know how to do that? How do you, they just are that way. And that can be frustrating for them. That can be freaking frustrating for them, because that's been their whole life. That's not just one day, that's their whole life. So Aquarians, just be open to the service that you're going to be doing for the people that have been stuck in the matrix. Okay. And being there for them and having to talk with them and just being patient with them. Okay. So I hope that that resonates with you guys. Tim says, yes, Sunny rocks. Yes, Sunny totally rocks. For sure. Okay. We've got one more sign, which is Pisces. Pisces. So, okay, Pisces. And before I get to the Pisces, Darla says, I thought I was just smart. I'm an Aquarius. You guys are extremely smart. You guys are highly, in my opinion, you guys are the smartest. Okay, that's just my personal opinion. Aquarians are the smartest sign in terms of being able to understand how to do, what's the right way for me to say this? Aquarius rules the brain. So yes, you guys are like, and it rules genius energy. You guys are very, very smart. Very, very smart. And I think that's very underrated. So yeah. Okay. Sorry. Gonna go to the Pisces. So Pisces, this Cazimi is happening in your 9th house, which is the areas of life that Sagittarius rules. So you're having breakthroughs in your beliefs. Okay. Sagittarius is our beliefs, in our relationship to expansion, foreign travel, foreign people, publishing, optimism, luck. So Pisces, I'm happy for you, because this is one of the most positive houses to have this Cazimi in. And you're the most sensitive sign out of all the signs, right? So this is beautiful that over the next 2 years, Pisces, you have this Cazimi activating your 9th house. This is really stepping even deeper into the authenticity of who you are and having your beliefs in alignment with your values and who you truly are. And some of you can have really big breakthroughs traveling. Okay, because this is the house of travel, or through foreign teachers, new guides, new mentors, courses. This would be amazing time, Pisces, for any courses that tickles your fancy, that seems interested to you. So anything 9th house of Sagittarius rules, you're having breakthroughs in those areas. And it's the house of luck. It's lucky. And your planetary ruler, Neptune, is in a trine to this Cazimi. So this is like even more lucky for you guys, where this is a big activation happening towards you. Okay. And for some reason, even though these are not in like, well, it is in the Neptune is in your 1st house of Aries, which is pretty grounded. I'm just getting an intuitive sense, like, Pisces, with this Cazimi, you're going to be able to integrate your gifts into the physical world, because the sign of Scorpio is like authenticity, empowerment, power, being able to show up for who you truly are, your authentic self, being able to navigate the matrix, even though you see through it. So I think this is super positive and transformational for you guys. And keep being those magical beings that you are, Pisces. And I think your intuitive gifts are going to be on fire over the next 2 years. You can have very spiritual experiences in foreign locations or with foreign people. Okay, so that's really, really interesting for you guys. And also, ninth house is publishing. Some of you Pisces will be putting out there and publishing books, creative projects, courses, different things, and it's going to be really successful. So that's awesome. Okay, Pisces, let's pull a card for you guys. What's your message for this Cazimi? Ooh, full moon in Libra, a win-win outcome is forecast. This is crazy how all the cards have been in alignment with all of the messages for all the signs. Because it's your ninth house of luck and expansion getting activated with this Cazimi for the next 2 years. So it's a total win-win outcome. You guys are very naturally lucky right now. Reevaluate your beliefs. I'm hearing that. And there's very positive opportunities coming up and expansion, because that's Sagittarius. So Pisces, that is a very nice message for you guys. And wow, we've gone through all the signs. How are you guys feeling? Wow, it's 2 hours and 10 minutes. So whether you're watching us, why am I saying us? Maybe because there's Lisa here with me still. Whether you're watching me live or in the replay, please, if you'd like to put a comment to help support my personal channel, let me know what you think about this Cazimi, about your sign reading, if you've listened to this whole video. Thank you if you have listened to this whole video, and I love you guys very much. I think this Cazimi is super potent, and you're going to hear me continuing to talk about it because it's going to have an influence for the next 2 years. So I love you guys so, so much. Thank you for sticking with me. And let me see, just a couple things to share with you guys. If anyone would like to have a personal astrology consultation, those are available as always on maisonjupiter.com. And I think my earliest availability at the moment is in January. So starting to book for 2024. If you'd like to have, a New Year's reading, you can book in for that, or a birth chart analysis reading. I love being of service through personal consultations. So you can go check those out over at maisonjupiter.com. And also, you guys, I'm very, very excited for this. Julie and I have been working on this, and this is going to be released to the public on November 23rd. So Julie and I have put together 2024 predictions for all 12 Zodiac signs. And if you're on Beyond Mystic, if you're an Insider Access Pass member on Beyond Mystic, you're going to get access to all 12 Zodiac sign readings for 2024 for free. But even if you're not an IAP member, sorry, I'm messing up all my words. This is going to be available for pay-per-view on beyondmystic.net for all 12 of the signs. So very, very excited. And I think I got to say, Julie and I are very proud of ourselves. I think we did a really good job with this for each of the signs. We made it very concise, very easy to understand the most important transits for 2024 and how that's going to affect all the Zodiac signs. So that'll be available on beyondmystic.net under the pay-per-view section starting on November 23rd. And also want to mention, you guys, that my best friend Sunny and I just put out a EP from our band called Scorpio Alliance, our debut EP called Songs from Pluto, which is available on all streaming platforms. So go give that a listen over on Spotify, iTunes, however you listen to your music. This is our passion project. Sunny and I are both musicians. So go listen to the songs and let us know what you think about our music. You can follow our band on Instagram under Scorpling Alliance or YouTube under Scorpling Alliance. And Sunny and I are going to be releasing next week the first episode of our podcast that's going to be called Scorpling Cast. And we're so excited. I think we're going to do it once a week. Yeah, we haven't really finalized that, but Sunny and I are starting a podcast called Scorpling Cast, where we're going to, talk in our podcast. We're going to have guests. We're going to do lots of fun stuff, talk about spirituality, music, and whatever we feel like. So that'll be coming up soon as well. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, for supporting me. I love you all very, very much. If you really enjoy this content, I have a PayPal donation tip jar in the description, but most importantly, if you can just please remember to like, subscribe, and comment if you don't mind. So I love you all very, very much. See you soon, and happy Mars Cazimi. Bye, guys.